Lesson 9. Anchor text. Genre. Realistic fiction is a story that could happen in real life. As you read, look for a setting that could be a real place. Realistic characters and events. A plot with a beginning, a middle, and an ending. Meet the author and illustrator, Alan Say. If you were to drop in on Alan Say in his art studio, you might find him lying on the floor. That's how he does his best thinking. He doesn't own a TV and never listens to music when he works because he likes to work in complete silence. When he's creating a book, Say first paints all the pictures in order. Then he writes the words. His book, Grandfather's Journey, was awarded the Caldecott Medal for Best Illustrations. Kamishibai Man by Alan Say. Essential question. How is a live performance different from other kinds of entertainment? Not so long ago in Japan, in a small house on a hillside, there lived an old man and his wife. Even though they never had children of their own, they called each other Ji-chan and Ba-chan. Ji-chan is grandpa and Ba-chan is grandma. One day Ba-chan said, Ji-chan, you haven't said a word in 3 days. I've been thinking how much I miss going on my rounds, he said. Ba-chan stared. How many years has it been, she asked. Yes, quite a while, but my legs are good and I've kept the bicycle in good order. I don't know, but one day won't hurt, I suppose. Should I make some candies? That would be very nice, Ji-chan said. The next day, Ji-chan rode his bicycle down the hillside in the first light of morning. How many years has it been, he asked himself, and do I remember such a fine morning? All so fresh and young. Well, good morning to you, rickety old bridge, still going strong after all these years. He began to hum a tune that his mother used to sing when he was a small boy. When he came to the city, he stopped humming. This isn't right, he said. I must have taken a wrong turn. But there's that old house I used to go by every afternoon. A car horn blasted at him, then another. Why are there so many cars all of a sudden? Look at these tall buildings. You'd think I was in another country. A truck blasted its horn behind him. He pulled into a vacant lot and panted. Can't a man ride his bicycle in peace? Don't remember such rude drivers. Catching his breath, he looked across the street and gaped. Can this be? There's that old noodle shop. Used to be the only building here. That and a nice park all around. Now look at all these shops and restaurants. They chopped down all those beautiful trees for them. Who needs to buy so many things and eat so many different foods? Analyze the text. Cause and effect. The city has grown, causing more traffic. What is another result or effect of the city growing larger and busier? Shaking his head, he slowly took the canvas off the box on his bicycle. He propped up the stage and checked the story cards inside, patting each painting. Then he opened the bottom drawer in the box. You little jewels," he said, and started to hum again. "Thank you, Ba-chan. You make good candies, just like in the old days." From the top drawer, he took out 2 wooden blocks, and holding one in each hand, he hit them together. A sharp, loud clack rang out. "Come gather around me, little ones. Your Kamishibai man is here again." Clack, clack. "Come get your sweets and listen to my stories." Clack, clack, clack. "Ah, yes, I can see you now, all your bright faces, clasping coins in your little hands, so happy to hear my clappers, so happy to see your Kamishibai man." "Patience, everyone. You'll get your sweets, each and every one of you. I have all your favorites, red ones and green ones, and the soft ones on sticks. And here comes that boy, the one who never has any money. I'll get to him later." So which story will it be today? The mighty Peach Boy, born from a giant peach. But wait, let's start at the beginning. Long, long ago there once lived an old man and his wife who had no children. After the Peach Boy, the Bamboo Princess was a nice change, a gentle story. Then my favorite, the old man who made cherry trees bloom. And when I was finished, you all went home happy except for that poor boy. "Would you like a candy?" I asked once. He said, "I don't like candies," and ran away. Then one night I was going home and saw a crowd of people gathered in front of a shop. They were staring at something called television. I was curious, too, but not for long. It showed moving pictures. They were all jerky and blurry and had no colors at all. It wasn't long after that when television antennas started to sprout from the rooftops like weeds in the springtime. And the more they grew, the fewer boys and girls came out to listen to my stories. "How can they like those blurry pictures better than my beautiful paintings?" I asked. But there was nothing to be done. As I went around the familiar neighborhoods, the children started to act as though they didn't know me anymore. Even so, I went on clacking my clappers, and one day a little girl poked her head out the window and shushed me. Imagine, a little girl shushing me. The Kamishibai man was making too much noise. I sat on a park bench and ate a candy for lunch. How could the world change so quickly? Was I a bad storyteller? Then that boy came, the boy who didn't like candies. "Why aren't you watching television?" I asked. "I don't like television," he said. "But you like my stories," I said, and he nodded his little head. I got up and set the stage. "What's your favorite story?" I asked. "Little 1-inch," he answered. So I told him the story of a brave little boy who was only 1 inch tall. And as I told the story, the boy never looked at the picture cards in the stage. He was looking at me the whole time with his mouth wide open. He even smiled now and then. When I finished the story, I started to take out some sweets to give him, but he was already running away. "Wait!" I shouted, but he kept running and never turned his head. That was the last time I saw that boy. That was the last day I was a Kamishibai man. Analyze the text. Analyze illustrations. Read the text and look at the illustration. How do the two parts work together to set the mood? "I was that boy," a loud voice cried out. Startled, the Kamishibai man looked up and saw that a large crowd had gathered before him. "We grew up with your stories," someone else shouted. "Tell us Little 1-Inch again, and the Bamboo Princess, the Peach Boy." He started to say something, and people began to clap their hands. He took a deep bow, and the applause got louder. A young man with a movie camera struggled up to him. They bowed to each other, and as the old man gave him a candy, a roar went up. "Look, he has all the same old sweets, just like the old days." And the office clerks and shopkeepers, bankers and waitresses, housewives and delivery men all lined up in a big circle around the Kamishibai man. It was dark when he got home. Ba-chan was watching the evening news. The Kamishibai man was the featured story. "I see you had a busy day," she said. "It was a good day," Ji-chan nodded. "Will you be going out tomorrow?" Yes, and the day after." "Then you need more sweets." "That would be very nice. Could you make it twice the usual amount?" "I'll see if I have enough sugar," she said, and shut the television off. Be a reading detective. Dig deeper. Use clues to analyze the text. Use these pages to learn about cause and effect and analyzing illustrations. Then read Kamishibai Man again to apply what you learned. Cause and effect. Realistic fiction like Kamishibai Man tells a story. Often, one event in a story makes another event happen. The first event is the cause. The event that happens as a result is the effect. You will understand and enjoy a story better if you notice causes and effects. They will help you see why things happen in the story. Look back at page 324 in Kamishibai Man. On this page, you read that Ji-chan feels lost in the city. Read to find evidence that shows why he feels this way. What are the causes of his feeling lost? Cause. Effect. Analyze illustrations. Illustrations show the events of a story, but they can also do more. An illustration can create a mood or feeling that helps you understand what is happening in the story. It can show you something about a character or the setting. Look at the illustration on page 323. You can see the beautiful Japanese countryside where Ji-chan lives. The old man is all alone, pedaling his bike. How does the illustration make you feel? What do you learn from it that the words alone do not express?